Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. My name is Dave Jusko. I'm here with Mike Suarez, as I am almost every single Tuesday at 6 o'clock. Besides we're pretty much here 50 times a year, maybe missing 2 to 3 shows. That's big
True.
quality free shows. Am I right?
Yeah.
Exactly. We really put a lot of time into this. So please, I hope you're going to join us. And we love when you do join us, and we love the people in the chat room and anybody. But we are here at the Comedy Cellar we're remote today, but normally we're at the Comedy Cellar. We're going to be there for like a month starting after July 9th or so. But anyway, this is a show to not only have some fun, but to also promote the Great Comedy Cellar, which is the greatest comedy club in the world. For example, if you were to come tonight at the 8 p.m. show, you'd get to see Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz is becoming an incredible, big, huge comic. He was at the roast with Tom Brady and did well. If you were at the 8:30 show, you'd be able to see Yamaneika Sanders. And this is what's so special about the Comedy Cellar. If you were at the 9:30 show on a random Tuesday on June 25th, which isn't any date, maybe Shavuos for the Jews, I don't know. I'm just saying it's a random date, 9:30 at night on a Tuesday. On this particular night, if you could come down to the West Village, you would see a show with Ryan Hamilton, Sam Morril, and Dave Attell. That's a quality lineup that happens every night at the Comedy Cellar. And if you want to go to our Vegas club, which is at the Rio Hotel, guess who's there tonight? Our incredibly good friend, Nick Griffin.
Oh, wow.
That's right. So you cannot lose. You go anywhere to the Comedy Cellar. Let's say hello to the people in the chat room. Hello, Marcy. So nice to see you. A week late. Anonymous. Great to see everybody. Yes, Ryan Hamilton always opens for Seinfeld at the Beacon, and Sam Morril is terrific. Now, the news today is that I am having a colonoscopy tomorrow, and I just started the prep work, so we have no idea how long I'll be able to keep this up. Mike will take over if I have to leave at any given moment. I only started the liquid, that horrible, horrible liquid. Now, I know you're going to say, but Dave, they have pills now. You could take 24 pills. It's the new thing. But those pills are like this big. And I'm not a pill-taking guy. And those horse tranquilizer pills are and you got to take 24, 12 and 12. So I'd rather take that crummy liquid, which really is awful. I have to take it again at 9 o'clock. So this morning, I went for a big breakfast. You have to eat before 10 a.m. And I had 4 pieces of challah French toast, 2 sunny side up eggs, and ham. I didn't tell my mother that part. And orange juice and coffee. And I ate it as if I was in an eating contest, knowing I had to eat that whole thing. Normally, I would just eat 2 of the pieces of French toast, and I wouldn't have gotten the eggs. But I knew this was the last meal until tomorrow. And I'm like, I want to do it, and I want to have fun doing it. So really, the way I was eating it was just like I was really in an eating contest. And and then at 12 o'clock, I had a chocolate shake. This is what I was allowed to have. And now it's over. And at 3 o'clock, and I started at 3 because my body, everybody in the chat room mostly knows exactly. I was in the eating contest at the pizza place, right? Anonymous. Everybody knows I love eating contests and I eat a lot. So my stomach is usually pretty good. Although, yes, I have diarrhea, but that's from stress all the time. But my stomach holds that. So my stomach's different than everybody else's. So, when I take that liquid, normally it takes like 12 hours to get started. So I told them, I was like, I got to start because normally they tell you 4 o'clock. I'm like, well, I'm going to start at 3 because I got to be at the thing tomorrow at 6 a.m. I take the first appointment. And why everybody doesn't do that, I'll never know. Because why would you want to deprive yourself of eating and drinking and have a 1 o'clock appointment? That's insane. My appointment's at 7 o'clock. I'll technically home by 9 o'clock. It's like when you take a flight somewhere, It sucks waking up early, but taking the first flight out is the way to go because it's very rarely delayed. The first flight out. Everything after that is delayed. Hello, John. Welcome to the show. Hey, although this is hilarious in every way, hello, Liz. And sorry about the Edmonton Oilers, who did not win last night and could have saved Canada 31 years or 31 years, I think, of embarrassment of that they have never won a Stanley Cup and pretty much invented hockey. It's horrible. And, who wins? Florida. So that what an embarrassment that is, that Florida has won the last 5 Stanley Cups, either Tampa Bay or Florida. I mean, that's insane. And no, it's not anonymous. The Mets are going to win tonight, obviously. That's right. I hate when the Yankees play the Mets. But I did bet on the Florida Panthers. I put $100 on for the series, my only bet since football. And boy, I almost lost. I mean, Mike, they were up 3-0. I'm like, boy, I know how to bet. I am really good. And then they lost 3 games, and I'm like, wow, I am the worst gambler ever. And then they only won 2-1 last night. I mean, it was close. Great game, though. Great game. Really exciting. Anyway, the other thing about the colonoscopy is it's also good to, I mean, as hilarious as this is that I'm doing the prep and doing this show as I did a podcast 5 years ago doing it, it is good to show awareness to doing the colonoscopy. I like the prep, but I'm crazy. I enjoy peeing out of my ass. That's just me. But you should, obviously, everybody should get it. I just heard from a very close friend, I am not going to tell you who it is, who actually, they found cancer because this person hadn't gone to get the proper colonoscopy at the proper age. And I mean, thank God somebody forced him to go, and it's taken care of. So this is a serious thing. You got to go. It's the most important thing. Now, when I first heard about it, I think it was 50. I think they've put that to 40 now. I think they tell you to get one at 40. Do you know that, Mike?
No.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to get it at 40 and then every 5 years. Yeah, I enjoy being out of my ass. That's in quotes. 45, Anonymous says. 45. Yeah, I mean, I think I went at 40 just because I was, I don't know why. I've been into this for a long, I guess I just wanted a camera up my ass for the longest time. And he kept it where we knew no one would get to it. His ass. Doing Pulp Fiction, doing Christopher Walken. He kept it where he knew nobody could find it. His ass. He kept that cold piece of metal. He's talking about himself. I kept that cold piece of metal up my ass for 10 years. Anyway, everybody should get screened. It's really super important. It's incredible. And when you have colon cancer or you die of colon cancer, you shouldn't, because it's the easiest thing to this pop to the camera thing. It's the easiest thing to cure. And so, as hilarious as it is, I'm giving a public service announcement as well. I know people get nervous and afraid, but it's kind of awesome. The propanol or whatever they give you, that Michael Jackson drug that, yes, killed him, but gave him this incredible sleep. It's my favorite. It gives you a sleep so good, you remember it and say to yourself, I know I could sleep like that. And sometimes it helps with insomnia, just thinking of it. So I'm looking forward to that. The worst part is waking up and then they make you leave and you're like, no, can't I just have 5 more minutes? Propofol, right? Whatever it is. So, right, Katie Couric, exactly. She's always been, I think her husband died of it or something. So, yeah. Anywho, why don't we go on with the news today, Mike? I'm going to share my screen if you don't mind.
Okay.
By choosing this one. Okay, I am up and running. What about you? Yeah? Got it? It's a picture of Justin Timberlake, who, of course, as we all know, just got busted this weekend for drunk driving. I mean, it really is funny. I mean, he said he only had 1 martini, but his eyes really look glazed over. But everybody's
one
talking.
martini and it was a gallon big.
Right. They didn't tell you how huge the martini was. Right. It was like an Arthur glass, like in the movie. It was a pitcher of martinis. Hi, Aunt Judy. Oh, I'm so glad. I don't know if you heard my colonoscopy rant. I'm having it tomorrow. Yeah, the bartender backed up his story. Well, the funny thing is, so the bartender backed up his story, and then this is the cop that arrested him, very young cop, Michael Arkinson. Everybody's talking about him because everybody says he's a major dick. And apparently he was on a party boat yesterday. I mean, now this cop, who was technically doing his job, is getting scrutinized because he pulled over and, pretty much convicted Justin Timberlake. And that's something you don't do because Justin Timberlake is a good man. So, and everybody knows it. So, goddamn, this guy's getting it all. Like there's just more news stories on this guy. The press is like following this guy around, and they're also following this guy around, who they believe is the kid who called the cops on Justin Timberlake and said, "Hey, he's leaving this restaurant." I mean, this is awesome. This is the great, because nobody got killed. And Justin Timberlake has plenty of money to get out of any difficulties or anything. But it's just great that the restaurant is now being scrutinized. And this kid they're saying, called the cops. Billy Joel went in the Beach Cafe on 70th and 2nd by himself for a burger late one night. No, he didn't. That's impossible. I know that Beach Cafe, and their wings are not good. Not good. But right, they did say that the bartender backed him up that he only had one martini, but the bartender also said, I don't know where he came before he got here. So he's backing him up, kind of. This is Taylor Swift. She's still touring. I mean, whether you like her or not, you have to respect her work ethic. 3.5-hour shows, still touring. What has it been, a year since she was here last summer? I think, right? It's amazing. And there is Travis Kelce, who joined her on stage in London. I guess it's the O2, and was doing this big bit where he was like applying her makeup and stuff. And, everybody was talking about it looked like they got married, and then he like lifted her up and everything. I mean, the crowd loved it. Right. Last Memorial Day weekend. At MetLife. That's right. Incredible. Right. It's she's something else. And then Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters said something about, he was in London also at a lesser arena, incredible, and mentioned her, like that her band isn't like a real band. And he's like, oh, we play live. And then she said back, like, this is my band and we're really good, but like in a classy way, not to call Dave Grohl out. And then Dave Grohl found out, who likes Taylor Swift and has photos with her, found out what it's like when you mock Taylor Swift. Boy, did he was like, I'm sorry. I can imagine the guy from Nirvana has to fucking apologize, because he found out what it's like, of the wrath of Taylor Swift. And there's Taylor Swift with the Prince William and his kids and Travis, because everybody in London, just like it was MetLife last year, how everybody was insane for it. I mean, she is just truly the biggest star on the planet. It's incredible. And I just don't understand. And it's not because I'm older. It is just, I don't know. I don't care. I don't like the music that much. I don't get it. But, I don't like Springsteen either. I mean, I like Bruce Springsteen, the person. I just don't like his music, and people don't understand why I don't like it. I'm like, I'm sorry. What do you want me to tell you? But I respect Taylor Swift. I respect Bruce Springsteen. But people, boy, they get angry if you just say you don't like their music. It's insane. Liz says, no one should pay thousands for a concert. It's unfair to normal working class people. I can't. Yep. No, I mean, you're right. And both of them, her and Springsteen, try really hard to keep the prices down. They've had wars with the services that do this, and there's nothing you can do. People suck, and it's true. Bruce is a working man's Billy Joel. That's true. It's awful. The only thing you can do is, make sure you get the tickets way early and sign up, because then you'll have the regular prices, and after that, it just explodes. I mean, I've been looking for Sammy Hagar tickets at the PNC Bank Center for 2 months now, and I waited too long, and now to get a front seat, it's $800. I mean, $800 to see Sammy Hagar. That's insane. And yet I almost want to pay it, because I'm really I just want in. I still have a shot to go. It's 2 days after the last Billy Joel concert. And Sammy's going to play all the Van Halen stuff. So we think what we're going to do is actually go the day of, just go and get tickets. Maybe just hang out on the lawn. That could be cool. Just drinking, having a good time. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Mike, do you have any plans for the 4th of July?
Nope. I'll be in Texas. I'm here so my dog doesn't get scared.
So your dog doesn't. I thought you said your daughter for a second. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I forget something else? And Debbie Gibson is July 26th. Well, Debbie Gibson I'm going to, because she invited me, because we're dating. But no.
Thank your love.
I did ask her out, though. She said I would rather eat glass, which is, a lot of people say that, and then they end up, there's
and then they don't eat the glass.
Yeah. Well, 3 girls have said that to me, and we ended up fooling around anyway. So, when you wear them down enough, sometimes it works. I was at the Jersey Shore this weekend. My friend was in a band down at this place called Salties, which I guess is a biker bar. I wouldn't rather. Well, thank you, Anonymous. Isn't that nice, huh? I think that means she wants to make out. Okay. Let's do it. Anyway, I went to this bar, and I got into a rumble as I was trying to slam dance. I kind of caused the problem, and there was an issue, and we can talk about it when I have my guest on. I don't want to say who it is, but it was awesome. Like, I mean, just, there was a lot of action, and it was fun. It was a good Saturday night. And anyway, next Sunday I'm going to see a play with Marina, with Holland Taylor. I think it's a Broadway show. Well, I didn't know what it was either, but I think it's called N/A. I don't know what it means. My guess is it's about Pelosi. What's her name? Nancy Pelosi and AOC. I think that's supposed to be the gag. Like, they're playing not those two, but people like the first Speaker of the House and the First Lady Speaker of the House, and somebody like AOC. And I think that's the gag. Oh, she plays Nancy Pelosi. It's about her. Oh, it is. Oh, N/A. Oh, so it is. I thought it was a mythical. Are you positive, Anonymous? Do I got it right? I thought it was about they were using different names. So it is about Nancy Pelosi and AOC. All right. Well, assuming that they have an actress that is going to be as hot as AOC, then perhaps it'll be a fun night at the theater, because I think AOC is extremely sexy. And the odds of meeting her are, well, pretty good. She's around here sometimes, right? I'm glad I didn't see it, Anonymous, the Huey Lewis musical. I am glad I didn't see it. I don't like those jukebox musicals. And yeah, she was the mom on 2.5 Men. Not only that, Liz, she was, she's in Bosom Buddies. I mean, she was in Legally Blonde, of course. And, Holland Taylor's been around for a long time. And I guess she's married to Sarah Paulson. Apparently she's gay. What is that about? So whatever. Anywho, all right, let's do the slides in case I have to leave early, which I probably will do.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
Oh, thank you for having that ready. I'm sharing, Mike. Unless I have to
Alrighty.
go back.
Nope.
Oh, cool. Thank you for having that ready. That sounded awesome. I forgot about that. Thank you. Okay, so we start with French President Macaroon. That's what I call him. Like a quality photography shot there. He's a very handsome fella. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I think maybe that's at the G7 summit or something. I don't know. But this is the scariest picture of ever. The United Front. What'd you say, Mike?
Said, oh yeah.
Yeah, the United Front of Kim Jong-un and Putin.
He gave him that. You have a picture of it yet? Yeah.
That what?
The gift he gave him.
What was the gift?
The picture of him, but it looks like a tombstone.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't seen it. But
okay.
God, look at these kids. I mean, kids that are made to stay. I mean, it's just awful because those kids don't want to be there, and they probably force the parents into. I mean, it's just everything about it is just so horrible.
Beats being at work.
What?
Beats being at work.
I guess. I don't know. The whole thing is pretty terrifying. This is a Trump supporter at a campaign rally in West Palm Beach, Florida, with his shirt and his belt buckle. And, hey,
Yeah.
These are the Trump supporters. I suppose these are pretty prominent in your neck of the woods.
I mean, you see it. I see it just as much in upstate New York as they do around Texas.
Yeah, I saw that in upstate New York, too. It was very surprising when I was there. It's, you always think like 30 miles out of the city you see it. So, oh, God, he's going to win. All these comedians went to go visit the Pope last week for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why, but all the comedians from around the world. These are the American ones we know. Chris Rock, Jimmy Fallon. Then there were, a bunch of Italian comedians. There was like 180 of them. Australian, Italian, everybody from around the world. All these comedians went to meet the Pope. I mean, look at even the priests are laughing. They must have said something extremely funny. There's Whoopi, Conan O'Brien behind her. What a day. I don't really understand it. But, there's Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I think that's Mike Birbiglia. There's Tig. I don't know who that is. That's Whoopi. So I guess they're spreading some sort of word. Although these are the people that make fun of the Catholic Church all the time. So I'm not sure why they were invited. Whoopi is Jewish, though. Well, I'd go visit the Pope. Who cares? It's exciting. I think Aunt Judy went to visit the Pope, if I remember correctly. I think she kissed his ring. And this was the Tony Awards that I missed because, this was even too gay for me. Even I. Yeah, you think Julia Louis-Dreyfus looks okay? Yeah, she does look pretty good. I mean, she's always been kind of sexy. But, this was the new cabaret thing, which I can't wait to not see. Eddie Redmayne. And I
thought I was watching Square Park.
What'd you say?
I thought I was just watching the Square Park.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I didn't even know. I'm a theater guy, but there was nothing I was rooting for this year, so I didn't even watch. Oh, see, Aunt Judy said he did not kiss the ring, but did shake hands. See? Aunt Judy, I'm saying, she did see the Pope and shook his hand. That's pretty cool. Right. I met the last Pope, had a private meeting with 4 people. That's Aunt Judy. How do you like that? Huh? Marcy says Stephen Colbert arranged the meeting. I think he was in one of the. Oh, there he is. He's right behind Chris Rock. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Stephen Colbert arranged the meeting. Nice. And there, of course, is the New York City subway when it was super hot this past week. The worst place to be on the planet. At least now the subway cars have air. When I first moved to the city, they did not, and they would just open the windows. It's horrible. And in the subway station, especially at Grand Central, it's a nightmare. I mean, a true nightmare. And that's why this guy in Istanbul is jumping into this. I don't know what it is, but it looks completely gross. I guess when it's that hot, you'll go in anywhere. You have no memory of subway before air conditioning. Well, I do. In fact, Aunt Judy was the first one who took us on there in the summertime. Just the window open. It was no help. Yes, Liz. Now the trains are air conditioned. Now they are air conditioned, but it didn't used to be the case for many, many years.
Yeah, sometimes they're broken. You have one hot car
broken, but then you can move into another car. But yeah, it's pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Anyway, the swimming in this pool, of course, reminds me of where my mother used to swim in Perth Amboy at this dump, the Victory Bridge, which you cross into South Amboy with, which they've now changed. And this is where she completely grew up, on this horrible beach in Perth Amboy, New Jersey. This was just last year. That's how they show a movie on the beach there. I mean, Jesus Christ. It's like they can't even try to make it nicer. My mother used to swim in that river, that's the Raritan River. I mean, I've been on that beach. It's disgusting. Yes, you pass the Amboys down on the way to the shore. That's the way it works. And of course, as you know, the Boston Celtics won it all last week. That's Jason Tatum and his kid Deuce, which I would never name my kid, but whatever. They won it all, and the Florida Panthers won it all, and now everything's over. Now we concentrate on baseball until we get back down to where we really want to be, which is football. Did you use the subway when you came to Montreal, Dave? Some beautiful stations. Liz, I believe I did. I think the first time I was there, I did use the subway to go to the casino because I wanted to gamble, and I played some blackjack, and it was exciting because Montreal had a casino. So yeah, I remember it was easy to take the subway, and it was clean, and it was nice, and but I was pretty nervous traveling by myself away from where everybody else was. But I do like trying other subway systems. Certainly been in the one in London, which is nice, and in Washington, D.C. Everything's nicer than New York City, which is gross. These are these environmental protesters who are, for some reason, they're environmental protesters, but they spray this orange powder everywhere they go. Here they are spraying it on Stonehenge. I don't know what exactly they're protesting. I know it has something to do with the environment, but why are you spraying this stuff on a thing like this? Like, what? That's completely unacceptable. You people stink. Here they are. It's called it's a Just Stop Oil. That's the name of the protesting thing. You see how these orange things powder was staying on it. People are trying to get rid of. I mean, why do you got to ruin Stonehenge? That's everybody's thing. Here are the two douchebags. One kid's 21 and one guy's 73. And I mean, this exact same thing happened at the golf. What's it called? The Travelers tournament this past weekend on the 18th hole. A couple of douchebags were protesting. In fact, Mike, later, if you want to find the clip of them protesting where everybody's just yelling at them and booing, and the security just wrestles them to the ground, that's kind of awesome. But I know, why are they, if they're environmental protesters, they're spraying this orange powder? Isn't that bad?
They probably have something that's safe to use. Probably made from their own like detritus.
I guess so. Here's Willie Mays, who passed away this past week, and this is at Wrigley Field, doing a little tribute, of course, to the great Willie Mays, who everybody liked. And of course, when I think about Willie Mays, of course, we're talking about the catch. Everybody talks about the most famous catch in World Series history. Over the head. You know what they never talk about is how like football players do that all the time, but it's very rare in baseball to see it. And ESPN's got this thing where they do science of, how he caught it and what he's going to do. And it's kind of funny because he's also known for missing a catch when he was older and played for the Mets. So, but most of the time he was a really cool guy and will always know forever. For me, the only reason I know him is because when Ricky Siegel joined the Partridge Family and sang the song, which I think you have to find later. Say, hey, Willie, won't you hit one out here? That's Ricky Siegel. He was like 4. He was on the Partridge Family. He sang a bunch of songs. He was awful. And there he is with Michael Jackson and Donny Osmond at the American Music Awards in 1974. This kid was going to be the next big thing. And you know what happened to him? Nothing. And the worst part is this: when they presented this award, they also brought in Rodney Allen Rippey. So it really looks like Michael Jackson and Donny Osmond have 2 ventriloquist puppets that they're using. They raise them. If you see the video of this, it's really funny, and it's not funny because they're doing like best pop award or best group award, and the Carpenters end up winning 74. And the way they announce it is just so horrible because they don't know how to read. Like they're letting Ricky Siegel read, but he doesn't know how to read. So they just everybody's laughing. But if I was the Carpenters, I'd be pissed. But the Carpenters weren't there. So for some reason, Paul Williams accepted their award and then made fun of being small, which was brilliant. He's like, listen, kids, it doesn't get much better, which was, hilarious. And here we go on our favorite things. This was the Vogue World in Paris, which they're having like a big thing because the Olympics are happening this year. Another, we love seeing the fashion because it's kind of fun. Actually, I just did that like the Larry David thing. Like, what do you like about Project Runway? The fashion. So that's Katy Perry, the beautiful, beautiful Katy Perry, who always just looks fantastic. This was this past week. I heard it was supposed to be like a sports theme thing, but I don't see anybody wearing anything sports oriented. That is Dylan Sprouse. We're talking about the kid from The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. Or I can't remember if he's in Riverdale or his brother is, but one of them, I guess he grew up Ludlow. Yeah, get a life, Jews. Okay. Is your mom here? At least he looks normal. That is Gigi Hadid, and yipes. That's some outfit. I mean, damn. Right? There's what's going on over here with the titties? Just saying. And this, I don't know who this is. It's Emma Chamberlain, but wow. I mean, seriously, if I was invited to that thing, and many times I'm invited to functions like this, how do you have a conversation with her in the purple or her? How do you have a conversation while you're just having a drink? How can you concentrate? I mean, seriously, even a woman would just be like, I don't know what's happening here. This is Joey King, the one for, I think, the girl from the Kissing Booth from Netflix. Why is the girl from Kissing Booth 3 there? But Ashley Park is there, and she's terrific. And here's her all dressed up. She's amazing. What a voice on her. Boy, is she talented. Ashley Park. She is terrific. She was just in Only Murders in the Building, but she's mostly, the way I know her, is from Emily in Paris. And she is terrific. Right. A week later says staring straight up, no eye contact or sudden movements. Exactly. Yeah, you just have to stare, but then you're like, but that's no fun. I want to just take her in, I'll stare at her eyes, but this is uncomfortable. And that's Selma Blair. And I thought she was like on crutches and like a mess. I'm glad to see her not that way. I thought she had MS. So that's pretty good. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I could have sworn I saw pictures of her on crutches. Her and Christina Applegate. Half a rainbow. Yes, I am very good relations with Artie. I just, he doesn't have a lot of visitors anymore. That's all. But I am in touch with his sister a lot and just keep tabs. He's just getting himself together.
Yeah.
He's clean. He lost weight, and still one of my best friends. And he's terrific.
She's in remission from MS, and also has a genetic disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome.
But she looks great, and she's in remission. I didn't think you could be in remission. So yeah, JWB is do the Michael Caine acting. Just try. See what I do with my eyes there. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's hilarious. And there's Jared Leto. What is this guy up to? I mean, he's an actor, right? Because I haven't seen him in anything except these events, dressing crazy. This was the guy that was the Joker, right?
The worst one, yeah.
Was he in? So who's the one that's in the Joker that everybody liked? The one where they're making a sequel.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix, that's right. But Jared Leto was in the Suicide Squad Joker, right?
Yeah, he was a juggalo with metal teeth. So.
Right. Weeklate says he's also a lead singer for 30 Seconds to Mars. Well, that makes sense. He's a strange dude. And that's Russell Westbrook. He's a basketball player, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, he looks really good, actually, except for the purse. Never understand that. It's European. Whatever. And that's Maria Sharapova. I haven't seen her in many years. She was so sexy. I mean, she still looks fantastic. She was a tennis player. And I guess she's retired. She looks great. She's hot. Yeah, I guess she's retired, right? I haven't heard from her in a long time.
Yeah.
I wonder if she does commentary or anything. She's still really
probably
sexy.
just buys shoes all day.
She what?
Probably just buys shoes all day.
Well, that's what I would do with my money, probably. And that's Ava Longoria. I think her and Anna Wintour actually put this whole thing together. Ava Longoria is still really beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Really beautiful. She looks terrific. I love that. And unfortunately, the last picture I had today was for Catalina, as this is the Andes Mountains in Santiago, Chile. And as we know, anytime a picture from Chile comes up, I put it up for Catalina. But of course, she's not here today. There's no such thing as a man bag a week late. You can call it a man bag. You know damn well what I'm talking about. It's not that's not a thing. Now, oh, great. Thanks. Let's play this from yeah. Is this the one? There's sound too. Yeah. When they get that guy. Yeah, that's happened this weekend. Yeah. That's my favorite part. If you have sound, they have booing.
Let me see if I can play the sound. Okay, I gotta restart something. One second.
I can feel
there was no sound.
I can feel something brewing in my anus.
This one, I think the sound was muted by the poster, probably because it was a news clip. I don't know. It's ABC News.
Oh,
but the sound isn't playing.
Could you play the? Could you find the Partridge Family? Ricky Siegel, "Say Hey Willie" clip.
1 second.
It's so funny because the Partridge Family, I think they're pretty pissed. Like they're bringing in, the classic 70s thing where they were just bringing a younger kid like Cousin Oliver or something, try and save the show. And it just works the exact opposite way and cancels the show. The fact that he was, like, oh, we're going to bring in the savior and he's going to be on the American Music Awards and all that kind of stuff. And he also has a song called You Can Do It. I think he was going to be on his own show called Getting Together with the incredibly good-looking Bobby Sherman, and I don't think that worked either. Why do I know all this stuff? I don't know. This is why I teach a class. You said you have something?
I have that video, yeah.
Oh, play it. Yeah, that's him, yeah.
Wait. We were just about to do a song you might like. A song for me?
Yeah, you've been a real inspiration lately.
It's about my favorite baseball player, Willie Mays.
I thought it was going to be Danny. He kind of stinks.
He'll climb a wall that's 10 feet high. Say hello before he flies.
I can't take this song. This is horrible.
It's horrible, isn't it? And they have him sing here. Go to the one where he sings "You Can Do It." It's another. I mean, the kid's awful. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I mean, he sings bad. He's really kind of got no personality when he's singing. I guess the gag was that he was just 4, and that was, hey, he's 4 and he's doing all this. But I really think Rodney Allen Rippey was the more talented guy,
What's the song called?
You Can Do It. You can do it. I just remember this when I was a kid, I mean, mostly because I wanted to be Ricky Siegel. I mean, oh God, I remember so much. Oh God, that's right. I remember something. There was a Merv Griffin Christmas special where he goes, "Who's your favorite actress?" Kim Richards. That's the drunk on Beverly Hills Housewives now. And he was like, and then she sang "Walking in a Winter Wonderland." I don't know why I can remember all this stuff. I just wanted to be those kids. I wanted to be on a TV show. I was obsessed. Did you find it?
I don't know if that's the title. I'm trying to find it right here.
You can do it. Or maybe just put Ricky Siegel, Partridge Family or something. You can do. He's still alive. He looks good. I think he's been in a couple of things. Yeah, now I'm a YouTube star. Oh, anonymous.
It's called Sooner or Later.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I found it.
How could I have forgotten? You can do it.
Sooner or later, you realize for yourself you can do it. Yes, sooner or later, you find out for yourself there's nothing to it. You can do it. You can do it.
Well, so one thing he can't do.
Well, you can see where I thought it was called "You Can Do It" because,
Yeah.
I mean, he stinks, and they let him sing on like every episode once he joined the show. When I'm sure that girl Susan Crowe was like, great, they're bringing on this fucking jerk off. Like, we could probably get him for the show.
It's still alive? He died from an overdose?
No,
yet?
he's still totally alive. He looks good. You can show. You
Okay.
can find a picture of him now. He's very handsome. Yeah, that's not him.
No, I know this was the picture I was talking about. This is the gift. Yeah.
John gave Putin a portrait on a granite slab. It looks like a tombstone. Wow. Well, they don't know
I just love the way he looks right there. He just looks like a homunculus.
He sure does.
Just staring like he doesn't have it.
It's like an early Sarah Silverman. That's hilarious, Scruffy. Thank you, Aunt Judy. Not as good as me at that age. That's right. An early Sarah Silverman. That's hilarious. You're right. She does look like an early Sarah Silverman. the haircut. Oh, she did look like that. I mean, I have a picture of her on my refrigerator looking like that.
Putin gave him a Russian-made limousine from Aris,
How are they gonna
a
get
tea
that back?
set, and a naval officer's dirk.
What's that about?
And then he gave Putin that painting, 2 dogs, and a bust.
That's weird. I think maybe we should call it quits today
All right, you can do it.
because I'm getting a little nervous that I might have to go. And I got to take that liquid again at 9:00. Ugh.
Well,
But
better than 50 pills, I guess.
the what?
Better than 50 pills, I guess.
Well, I think so. But then when you're drinking that liquid, you're like, maybe I made a mistake. And it's such a little liquid. It's like, it's like, oh, I just have a little left. But when you're drinking it, like at first it's easy. It's not easy. But at first, you're trying like put it down like a shot or something. And then when you get to like a little left, you end up holding it in your mouth because you're trying to swallow it, but your body doesn't want to swallow it because it's gross. And you just hold it in your mouth for a while, and it's just awful. JWB, I know you're talking about the pills are better. I know what you're talking about, but they're too big. They're like, horse tranquilizer pills. They're just too big. And to take 24 of those, I have trouble taking large pills like that anyway. I suppose if I could have cut them in half, maybe that would have been something, but they tell you not to. I don't know what the difference would be, but swallowing pills is tough for me. So I just got one little more bottle to go and everything will be fine. And hopefully I'll be able to give you a clean bill of health and next week. So we'll be back on July 2nd. Yeah, see, look, very handsome fella. For the next week will be remote on July 2nd. And the week after that we should be live in the studio for the next 2 weeks, maybe 3 or 4, depending on Mike's situation. And we're going to try and I've got a list of guests now to ask, so to keep you entertained for all this time. Yeah, look, I mean, those are big pills for me.
Those are pretty big pills.
Dave does not swallow. You see a week late? That's a good thing. See? Anyway, Mike, where are you going to be this week?
This week, Thursday and Saturday, I will be at the Black Rabbit in Austin, Texas. Friday night, I'll be at the station. And next week, I'll be back in the city.
Excellent. Yes, I have nothing. We don't even have Billy Joel this week because we're having trouble getting it together because Alon's away in Japan. And for these last things, when we do our last couple of episodes, we want to just get it right. And, it's almost over, so it doesn't matter. But obviously, we'll get them all out and we'll finish the podcast and everything will be fun. Yeah, I definitely got to go. Something's happening. And
you can do it.
You can do it sooner or later. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. Next week, I don't know what's happening, but we'll be remote again, and we'll always have a good time on our Tuesdays together. So everybody have a great rest of your June. Again, it's already July. And Mike, you have a great week. Have a great show. And everybody's so great to see everybody in the chat room as always. Really, really terrific. And we'll see you next week on the Comedy Cellar Nightly Show. Good night, everybody.